I'm calling this meeting to order. Welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary club in the... Today's invocation will be with Daryl.
Our Father in heaven, we bow before thee and thank thee for this beautiful day and for the opportunity to gather together as Rotarians and guests. We're particularly pleased to be able to hold our annual auction, and we pray that we will have the weather and the support that we need there to be able to earn lots of money so that we can help our community. We thank thee for the food and for the opportunity of fellowship, and do so in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
All right, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and please join in the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And today's song is with Mary.
Full
Yay,
concert,
you made
everybody.
it.
I just got back from a work conference for 5 days, so we're gonna sing I've been working on the railroad. I've been working on the railroad all the live long days. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in there. Yeah, well, we'll call it good. That's a long one. All right. Mary, it's really good to have you here. And let's see. Besides our program today, do we have any visitors? Any visiting Rotarians? No. All right. Well, welcome to our program guest. Let's see. Few quick announcements before we get down to business today. As you all know, this weekend's the District 50/50 conference. I'm sure you're all tired of hearing about it. So this will be the last announcement that you get to hear about that for a while. So get excited. Next week, our prayers have already been answered. I think if you look at the forecast right now, the forecast for next Friday night, it's supposed to be 71. So I'm super excited because most years our weather is not that great. So that's fantastic. Happy to have that. Did just talk to Rebecca just before the meeting started, and she had just received an email. So we're going to have to put on our thinking caps for next year's auction. The museum let the food bank know that they will not be hosting any events at the venue there. So we are going to have to really think about where we can have it. So we'll start, I guess, right away after the auction's over, we'll need to start researching and trying to find a new place to have the auction. So keep that in mind. If you have any ideas, send me an email so we can start trying to find a new home. Let's see. Any other club business or, oh, Danny also let me know right before this, hard cutoff for silent auction items is Monday. So if you have anything sitting on your kitchen counter, on your bench as you're going out the door that you keep forgetting, grab them, take them to the law firm by Monday. Preferably today or tomorrow would be great because Danny's super busy next week and we need to get all of those in. Any other club announcements? Nope. All right, let's do some Sergeant at Arms work. I hear Keith, or I guess we'll do the raffle first. Raffle first. Excellent.
Okay, so we're going to do 4 today. First is number 56, 56. Oh, Mr. Garrison. Some interesting wine labels here. Oh, we almost $25 from Skagit Farmers Supply. That was a good one. That was a good one. Good. I think it's in the box there. Yeah, we'll get it. Okay, next number. 33, 33. All right, Tim. You can find it. Tim is sorry. Yeah. You know, I think there's only one of those on here, and you got it. You got it. Next number, 50, 50. Hey, Steve Massey, welcome back. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't know about the wine, but you're more of a connoisseur than I am. The Conti. Okay, right out of Italy. Last one is 44.
Oh.
That's me. That's rigged, right? Oh, I almost got the sorry. Beer. I don't drink beer anymore. I guess I'll take one of these though. Okay, good. Thank you, everybody. Now Keith Wagner's going to take on the job of Sergeant at Arms.
All right, so new month, new reasons to get fined. So birthday folks, month of May, if you'd all raise your hands, please. 1, 2, 3.
Up here
Great.
too.
Oh, I need to know who the enemy is before I get started here. So month of May, folks, pay your $2 for your birthday, please. Anniversaries, and we'll probably be asking throughout the month. Those May anniversaries, I think that's $3. So May, folks, I've always had a grudge against the May birthday folks. I've got a brother who's got a birthday in May, and he's smarter than me, better looking than me, has a full head of hair, all that stuff. But what May got that I really am jealous of is the best birthstone, emerald. And I get crummy red garnet. They make sandpaper out of garnet. So I'm holding a grudge against all these May folks, and there's a lot of them. Did you know that May has the highest birth rate in the United States? More babies born in May than any other month.
It's a long, cold winter.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start out with some May questions that the May babies may not answer. So for this table, how many United States presidents, and bonus if you can name them, have died in the month of May? Winner. Pay only $1. That is great. So May is the only month in which a United States president has never died. See how those May guys get everything. Okay, for this table, May, again, hogging the glory. May has 2 monthly flowers. Can we name both of them? It's a nice thought. You've been looking at my yard. Dandelion was the answer. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so nope, none of those are right answers. It's lily of the valley and hawthorn are the monthly flowers for May. $2. and I'll get mine back there as well. So May is a busy month, and it's the national month for at least 3 different things. Can we name 2 of those 3? One of them has very local context to it. You're not, because you're May and you're the enemy. So Eric has to be quiet. Oh. Okay, $2 now. Let's see if you know. It is not national. So the 3 national days that go to May: barbecue month, that's nice. Bicycle month, but the one that's very local and important to us, it's also National Strawberry Month. So now I'm coming up on a table that has Carl, who knows all the trivia in the world. So I'm reticent to ask. Where does the word May come from? So it's from the Latin via the Greeks. Okay, time. It's a goddess of growth, and of course, there's some argument because the Romans have their story too, but the Greeks came first, so I give them credit. So $2. And here I'm going to switch because I'm a state legislator, and the government's here to help you. This one should be easy, I think. How many legislative districts in the state? Notice I didn't ask that over here because I knew Carl would answer like that. Not congressional districts, but state legislative districts. 49. But that was close. So $2. All right, that should wrap it up. All you May babies, happy birthday, and enjoy your May privilege and your beautiful birthstone. Oh, happy bucks. Everybody with a May birthday ought to be happy. Who's got happy bucks? Yes, doctor.
Thank you. Happy 10 for getting to visit my hometown of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and Rotary there. But more important, my younger brother had bypass heart surgery and came through it with flying colors.
Oh, back here to Travis. I'll move faster.
Yes, Nick, I'm going to tell you about another trip I went on. So I got to go to the Philippines for a week, and it was amazing. But I got invited to go to one of our teammates' weddings, and got to participate in the Philippines wedding. And I got invited to be a godfather at this wedding, and it was pretty cool, very special.
Nice.
I'm happy in advance because you guys are all going to get your silent auction items in before Monday. And then my son Hayes last night had a baseball game, 9 years old, and he had 11 strikeouts. So he had a great outing last night. So.
Hey, Steve.
Okay, I got a happy 100 from Beth Modden. I had lunch with her a couple weeks ago down there in Fountain Hills, Arizona. She's doing great, and she's very happy that her #1 granddaughter is graduating here shortly from college down there.
Oh, Carl.
Happy 10. birthday next week. My wife's birthday is at the end of the month. And then we're taking off next week to the San Francisco Bay Area to celebrate the grandson's second birthday. And also us fellows are going to go across the bay to catch a Giants game. So we're super excited about that.
Last call for Happy Bucks, and back to you. Oh, Carl, no?
All right,
Yes.
so we have kind of a funky way we're going to do it today. We're going to give our program about 15-20 minutes. And then the second half of the program, I'm going to go over Rotary Auction Committee assignments. I know that we usually do that the Thursday before, but it's my first year as chair and I'm a little nervous and I want to make sure that we have everything that needs to be taken care of for the auction. Travis?
What'd you say, Travis? Request from the floor. Switch the agenda. I guess our guests would.
As long as our guests are okay with
guests are-
sitting through
are
a
you guys
really
okay with
boring
that?
portion of the
Okay,
show.
good. Thanks.
Okay, let's get through this as fast as we can then. I sent out an email to everyone this morning who's signed up for the dessert auction. So please make sure that you read that and that you get the titles of your desserts in. That's all we need there, but we also need a few people, we'll get to that in a bit, to help out that night setting up the desserts. So next week, we're going to keep a short Rotary meeting, and I would like us to probably get out of here by 12:45. And anyone who can go, be over at the auction or at the museum to help start setting up. Tables will be delivered between 1 and 1:30 and chairs. Carl Garrison has thankfully taken the lead on that and knows the setup of the room. We'll be putting the rented tables and chairs up front toward the stage and then the museum's tables and chairs toward the back. So hopefully it'll make the setup and cleanup a little bit, or the cleanup a little bit faster at the end of the night. So I need as many volunteers as possible for setup. How many people that are here right now think that they'll be able to go after the Rotary meeting next week? Awesome. Thank you guys very much. I'm not even going to write down names. I'm just going to assume everyone who can will show up. Let's see. We have brand new sponsor banners for almost everyone. The CTE program did it at the high school. They ran out of the vinyl banner sheets at the very end, but I think I have it covered. If you don't see yours up, that's why. If you happen to have a banner, Stiles and Lear, that would be great if you could bring it. Otherwise, I'm going to try to figure something out, but that's why you may not have one. But I love you and thanks for sponsoring. You're awesome. Love you, Tim. Awesome. Stage setup. Pacific Party Canopies will be setting up the stage. I'm still trying to figure out what the plan is there. Phil ordered the stage, but he didn't order stairs. So I'm not quite sure what that is. Then we're going to be doing the live auction items set up. Hopefully after we get all the tables and chairs set up, I'd like to get as much of that set up as possible. So if you have a live auction item, please plan on bringing it Thursday afternoon if possible. We have a lot of experiences, so I don't think we have a lot of large items. I think we have John Schmidt's swing. We have Doug Wood's table. I'm trying to think, Danny, what are the other big items that we have for the live auction? We don't have any kayaks. We do have a generator. That's right. So not a lot. So hopefully that Wood's logging. Yep. So hopefully that is pretty fast. And then our hopes and dreams will be also to have the tables decorated Friday evening, except for the flower arrangements. And those will be delivered by the florist on Friday morning. And so we'll get that set up. So we're hoping to have as much as we can done Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Travis. I just want you to bring them on Thursday if you can. Awesome. Let's see. So then we get to Friday morning. Who here is able to help? 7 o'clock, Kyle Rutherford's building. It's kind of kitty corner between Woodworth Street and behind the not the old timers, the other. Yeah, it's across from the post office, but I think we load from the back, the alleyway maybe. Right behind the old car wash. Thank you. So is anyone able to make it 7 o'clock Friday morning that's here? I know I'll be there. I'm going to make my son be there, Vince. We have a box. We have a Janicki box truck that's coming. And then Jared Couch has also volunteered a serial killer type van that he will have there. So I think if people have large SUVs, suburban type things, anything that's enclosed, since it's small items that can blow out, we don't want to put that in trucks. But if you have that type of vehicle, bring that, because I'd like to get everything out in one trip. Do you think that's possible, Tim, from what you're seeing in that room? Okay. Perfect. All right. So that's the plan there. We will take that stuff out, and then we'll take the box truck and Jared's serial killer van, and we'll take that to Wells Nursery. We have the club orders and pays for all those plants. I didn't know that, by the way. I just thought they were donated. So education. We will go and pick those up, and then I've put Don and Gretchen in charge, Stryker in charge of labeling them. If you are a plant person and would like to help them, please feel free, because Don says, and I quote, "I don't know a lot about plants," which makes me a little nervous since he's the park superintendent. Don, I think you're on there. He does
Yeah,
know
you're right.
poison ivy. Okay, so
You're totally right. I can identify dandelions though.
oh, good. And dandelions, I think he said. Perfect. So then that gets us to Friday. While other people are going to pick up the plants, Danny needs, I think Tim and Travis, you guys help with the silent auction, just getting it all out on the table, getting the slips matched up. Many hands make good work. It just has to be organized work, because they do it obviously by section. So if you'd like to help with that, I am sure they will take as many people as possible to sign up there. So again, I'm not going to write down names, but I'm assuming anyone who goes out and helps will jump in and help with that as well. Let's see, Nick, our favorite person of the day, the bar setup. He is going this weekend most likely to purchase what will look like the largest frat party in Skagit County. And I'm looking forward to seeing him roll in with that alcohol. He'll be purchasing the bar alcohol. He'll be purchasing premium wines for our VIP tables. We're very excited about that. And, you know, since it's a camping theme, you can't go camping without red Solo cups. So get ready for some Solo cup action on Friday night. Let's see. And of course, Joellen's hoping to get the decorations done for the most part Thursday, but we'll be finalizing the table decorations Friday morning. During the auction, this is really important information. Emma, Sheena's daughter, is going to go and buy the pizza for the volunteers. We have the volleyball team. They're coming in 2 different shifts to help be the runners during the auction. We've sent them a description of everything that they'll be helping with. If you see any of the girls looking confused or their parents looking confused, please be welcoming, please be helpful, please let Danny or myself know. We will find jobs for them. Christina will need some help setting up for the dessert dash. So if you're so inclined and you're already bringing dessert and you can sit there, it's just kind of hectic because people want to drop off and go start bidding. So the faster you can get that set up on the table with the labels, the quicker everyone can start going and having fun, right? So having 3 or 4 people to help with that would be great. Silent auction, Tom Pasma, he'll be announcing the close of the sections. Live auction bid recorders, Sheena's daughter Emma and my 2 kids will be sitting and doing the auction recording this year. We didn't want it to be a guest of the auction. We wanted it to be someone who's going to eat pizza and be happy with it and didn't pay for a ticket. So they have very kindly, graciously volunteered to do that. Let's see, we have auctioneers, Tom Pasma. He has an assistant who will be on the floor helping. Carrie Carlton has agreed to be his co-MC. He has already received the write-ups and he's working on his script for that. Invocation, Brock Stiles has agreed to do that. As usual, Curtis Melder is the chair of the Plant Basket Committee. So far, I think he has his little committee set up. I have no idea. So if you look around and 2 people are selling plant raffle tickets, please hop in and offer to help. He'll have the details. We're selling 10 tickets for $20. So let's see, best of live tickets. We have Mark Venn, Doug Wood, Kim Van Loo, Chad and Sherry Paulson, and Nick Van Jarsveld are in charge of that. If you have not already bought your live ticket, your best of live tickets, you can do that on the website. And that really, really helps out the committee if you can do that ahead of time. So please go on the Octria website and buy that because you'll get your pin as you walk in. Yes, Danny. Perfect. So you can tell Danny by the end of the meeting if you'd like one, and she can add it to your credit card. It sounds like we like charging other people's money. Rick Limley. 100 this year. Yes. Yeah. We will have plenty to sell. It just makes those 5, 6 people that are selling that night. If you can have 30 already sold, it just makes it, because basically when you're part of that committee, it's really hard to go and bid yourself on items because you're hustling the whole time trying to sell them. So if you're already able to have 30, 40 sold, that just helps them. And if you see people that you know and you don't see a little blinky light on them, go and find one of those individuals and say, hey, go ask so-and-so. He's got money or she's got money. They like to support the auction. That really, really helps because sometimes you just don't know who would buy those. Josh Requay, he's the caterer liaison. I think everything's on track. Danny, have you been able to give him final numbers yet? I know he needed those, but I don't know when. Okay. Let's see, we already went over the bar. Okay, so the VIP table, I sent Nick and Josh this information. So we really need to make sure that we follow through on what was promised in the book. Last year, we did not. So we're having to comp those tickets for this year's, which is not a light expenditure. So we have 2 dedicated waiters, one for each of the VIP tables this year. We have exclusive appetizers. I again emailed Josh about that. We have premium wines, exquisite entrees, which I think we should take off the description after this year because it's a buffet dinner. So of course you're going to get the exquisite entrees that you stand in line for, but you will get dismissed first. You're welcome. And then I'm really excited because we have a local baker who's making homemade marshmallows, and she's putting together some really cool s'more packets to go with a camping theme for the special dessert at your plates that you can probably take home because I'm sure you're going to bid high on that dessert dash. And let's see, we have that accounting. We have Fletcher helping Travis and Danny. Okay. And we've got computers coming for that, Daryl. And then how about the one thing I've been meaning to ask and I haven't thought of is for the slideshow for Kelly. Okay, perfect. And Wi-Fi, this is just FYI to everyone, they can only have about 150 people at a time on their Wi-Fi. So when Danny is sending out the totals for the silent auction and you're checking, there's terrible cell reception out there. You'll be lucky if you have one bar inside the building. So if you connect to the Wi-Fi, please disconnect as quickly as possible. Don't do a lot of social media posts and fun things like that night. Just get on, get your invoice, see what you owe, go pay, but just know that don't stay on there very long. Let's see, Lynn Tucker, he'll be back next Thursday or next Wednesday, just in time to help with the auction. He's really excited because he'll be fresh home from Missouri. Maybe we can hear a little accent from him. And he'll be the head of security. The building, it has a lot of entrances and a lot of exits. So I think it's out kind of a ways. So I don't think we have a lot of issues, but if you see someone sneaking off or something, maybe let Lynn know. Let's see. One thing I just want to bring up, if you are going to be consuming a lot of alcohol like our friends do, please encourage Uber rides or designated drivers. We don't want anyone to leave our auction and get into an accident because they've indulged too much. We do have very good insurance through Rotary International. However, that's always a concern when we're that far out. I'd hate to have our friends from the fire departments over there have to respond to someone. That's definitely always something. So if you see someone that maybe has had a little too much to drink and has their keys in their hands, maybe suggest an Uber. Hey, I'll give you a ride home myself. And I know that no one likes to stay and clean up, but we have the volleyball team is staying and helping. We really, really need more help than we had last year. I know that you have babysitters. I know that you have other commitments. I know you're all tired. It's been a long 2 days of setup and cleanup. However, thanks, Rick. However, the more people that stay and help, the quicker it goes and we can all get out of there. We've really cut the auction, the live auction short. We've only got 27 items. A few of those can be sold twice. We won't say which. But we're hoping to end the auction by 8:45, 9 o'clock this year. If we could be out of there by 10 o'clock with cleanup, that would be incredible. So please, please plan on letting your babysitters know, letting your whoever know that you won't be home for a while. The big task, carry the empty alcohol bottles to the pickup truck to the, although they do have a bigger dumpster this year, so it sounds like we will be able to dispose quite a bit more out at their dumpster. Break down tables and chairs. Obviously, the rented table and chairs will need to go to the front by the behind where the bar area is in the big room. And then the museum chairs and tables will go back into their storage area, which is one of the reasons why we're setting it up like we are to hopefully make it a closer way of getting things put up. We'll wait for the stage to be broken down by the party place again. And let's see, the only other big thing is the wine glasses back in the racks. And I think that's it, Carl. It is all you, my friend.
So the team captain or teams are supposed to bring a bottle of alcohol for the raffle is that not on?
We are not having a raffle like that this year. We are, however, we asked that all teams let Becky know what drink they would like to provide the mixers for the Tito's that we will be selling as part of the silent auction item. So if you haven't let Rebecca know that yet, please do that right away. She and who is Mark, they're putting that together. And Becky's not a drinker. Mark might be, I'm not sure. And if you can put together a fun little recipe and the ingredients, I know I'm going shopping this weekend for my teams. That would really help. And they'll put those together and those will be sold as part of the silent auction. Thanks.
All right. Well, we have a speaker today, and if you have to go, now's your chance, but you're not going to want to miss it. Now, if you do go, or when you go, there's a beautiful red fire truck that we're helping donate and fuel to get down to Mexico. I think it's our third one now. And that part of our presentation is to learn about that. And we have with us today Stuart Kranick with the Skagit County Fire District 15, and he's got some crack experts with him, some volunteers. They have some raffle tickets that go with the flyer that I passed around. If you could put a few on each table, they won't take them, I swear, without giving you money. And that way they could do it while we're talking if they want to buy a raffle ticket for that Harley. I already got 2, so I'm ready to go. Anyway, let's welcome Stuart.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. I just want to do a show of hands. So how many of you guys live inside the city limits of a local town? Okay, so there's a few of you. How about in a rural area? Okay, so here it looks like it's about a 50-50 split, but across the United States, it's actually about 80% or more live in rural communities that are serviced by volunteer fire departments. So most of Skagit County, with the exception of the larger cities, Mount Vernon, Burlington, Sedro Woolley, and Anacortes, is all serviced by 100% volunteer fire departments. And, that means that basically everybody in that department is doing it on their own time, on their own dime. Nobody's taking home a paycheck and nobody's getting paid while they're there to help the community. So we really have a passion for just helping others. That's why we do this. That is the whole reason that the volunteer fire service exists. And one of the challenges we have is really supporting and how do we manage our budgets? How do we manage the money that comes in on taxes? How do we do this for the least amount of cost to the community? And we do fundraisers, similar to what you guys are doing with this auction, which sounds amazing. We do a salmon barbecue every year, and most of the other departments do different types of fundraisers, and that helps with bringing in additional money to those departments and not having to raise taxes for the community. So our district has had some real challenges over the last couple of years. Actually, we had a robbery and some folks came in and stole a bunch of tools, and we had to replace those. And then back in January, we had a pipe freeze and it flooded out the back of our station. And as a result of that, we had a porta potty, and it was lit on fire by someone, unfortunately, and that burned part of our station. But a part of all this, we had issues with our fire engine, this engine that's out front. In America, we have some pretty stringent standards for fire trucks. And once they get really past about 25 years old, they really go to the point where they're not serviceable for the National Fire Protection Agency standards. And so we're looking for an upgraded engine. And fortunately for us, we were donated an engine from Darrington, and that enabled us to take this engine and be able to donate it to another fire district down in Mexico. And we're really excited about that. I have a passion for helping others, and that's what this fire service is all about. So Darrington received a new engine from a grant, and I don't know who their grant was from, but it's really a chain of departments and people helping others. And I just love that spirit of community that we get in the fire service. So when I was younger, I went on several mission trips down to Mexico. And so I really appreciate the people down there and the community down there. They really have a tight knit group in many of the communities. And that's really what it's all about in the fire service. So I've got a few pictures. I kind of want to show some of the history of this fire engine. So this engine has been in Skagit County its entire life. It started out as a Mount Vernon fire truck. And there was I was talking to Joel Hofstetter, and his dad was was the chief when this truck was purchased for Mount Vernon Fire. And my understanding is he was a long-term Rotary member, which I just found that out last night. So it's kind of it's an interesting dynamic to it. So this is a picture of Joel's dad and some of the other firefighters from Mount Vernon when the truck was first delivered. And some of these aren't very good. I have to apologize, the quality of the pictures, but It's been, they've been around for a while. So this is early days of the truck. And then this is some later pictures. You know, this truck has served us for a long time, and it served the community in Skagit County very well for a long time. You know, we do a lot of events. Like one of the things we do on a weekly basis is we go up to Camp Corey, and they do a Cilio, which some of our members here, everybody here has gone up there. Camp Corey does these amazing camps for kids with terminal illnesses, disabilities, birth defects, and so we have the opportunity to go up and spend some time with those kids. And they basically have a big food fight, and we come up and hose them off with the fire truck. And so this fire engine has been involved with that, you know, many times, and it's a really great experience. So here it is at our fire station. You know, again, a few more pictures just to show, and then, you know, some other community events. We've taken it down to the schools, the Conway Elementary. We go down to kindergartens, and we really want to be involved with the kids and the younger generation. You know, one of the things that we try to instill is the spirit of volunteerism and helping others. And we see that in some communities that's going away. And there's a real drive through the volunteer fire service to work with kids and youth and try to instill this spirit of what we do for everyone else. And I think that in Skagit County, we're kind of set apart from the rest of the nation. I mean, we see a lot of young people, especially in some of the larger communities, like Big Lake is a good example, where they have a lot of young people who love the fire service, who are volunteering and really excited about it. So, you know, it's something that we're really striving for, and it's one of our main goals for our outreach. Here's some pictures of our poor station fire that we had. I suppose it kind of speaks for itself. It's unfortunate events.
How did they light the toilet on fire?
That is an excellent question. I'd love to know. If someone wanted to give us $850 for another one, we could test lighting it on fire and see what it was. Yeah, I don't know. It obviously it didn't light itself on fire, and you know, it's a sad event, you know. But that's really the last of the pictures that I have. But you know, I think the important thing is that, you know, I really appreciate what you guys are doing, and I appreciate your support and getting this engine down to Mexico. And we really, you know, it's really a spirit of community. I will say I did pass out some flyers. We're doing our salmon barbecues on June 30th, which is the last Sunday. It's from noon to 5 at Norway Park. So if you guys are more than welcome to come. We put on a pretty good event. Yeah, she's saying for the folks online that she's saying to make sure you bring your swimsuit and come enjoy the lake and go swimming as well. It's a good time. And then there's a raffle for the Harley. I didn't come here with the intent to sell raffle tickets, but if anybody wants to buy a raffle ticket for the Harley, it's really good odds for a raffle. So anybody have any questions? So we have about 20 volunteers. Yeah, and we've opened, you know, some departments do it differently. You know, we've really opened up our department to really take anybody. And so we have folks that are firefighters, EMTs, but we also have some, you know, retired people in the community that have come in and they help us with some of the administrative tasks and the events and the fundraising. And, you know, we're welcoming everybody, and we love all the support that we get from the community. So that is a good question. So our tax basis that we bring in. So, you know, the way this generally works, there's a number. So we get a certain number of cents per thousand, and that generally decreases over a period of time. So there was a levy passed a few years back that brought us up to $1 a thousand, which really, you know, over the, you know, most homeowners, it's really not a lot of money for an individual homeowner. And that's been steadily decreasing. And so I think we're down to 70 cents or something. So our annual income is only about $87,000 at this point. And we're talking about doing a levy lift to raise that, because there's, you know, the cost of everything is going up astronomically. for an example, we use SCBA's, our breathing apparatus. Just the breathing apparatus alone is over $5,000 for one bottle, one pack, and one mask. And the same thing with bunker gear. It used to be we could get a set of bunker gear for right around $3,000, and now we're over $5,500 for one set of gear. So in order to outfit one firefighter that comes in, we're well over $10,000, and that's not even buying them anything, that's station pants or jacket, coat, anything that goes along with it. So it's astronomically expensive. Skagit County, for example, is pushing to upgrade the radios to digital. And I got a quote for our radios, which we're a small department. We have 4 trucks and we have 12 mobile radios. So you think it's not a lot of radios. And the quote that came back was over $100,000. And that was about 3 years ago. So when you think about you bring in $87,000 in a year in taxes, and then you have all this equipment, bunker gear, for example, 10-year lifespan. That's all you get. And then it has to be recycled. You can't use it for active fires. And so those are things that we send down to Mexico, and it goes to them. SCBAs, they're good for 15 years. That's the maximum life, and all this stuff. So when you just look at the cost projection, there's no way that we can afford to continue on replacing just what we have with the budget that comes in every year. So it's quite challenging. Did you introduce your crack team of volunteers? Oh, I should do I should do that. Yeah, so this is actually my wife, Nomi. I'll introduce her first. And then Janet is over here walking around, and then Theodosia's here. So, again, it's thank you.
So how's it getting down to Mexico? Fill us in on who gets to drive it? How's that going to be done? Are you going to take it on a semi, or how's it going to work?
Yeah, there's actually a gentleman that's coming up, and I hoped he would be here today, but he's actually going to drive it back down to Mexico. So it's
he's a Mexican guy going to do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's worked with this organization quite a bit, and he's bringing it down to Mexico. I should say too, it's not just a fire truck that's going. From our department, we loaded it up with hundreds and hundreds of feet of hose. I think we put over 1,000 feet of hose on it, and then we took the truck over to District 6. And Dave Waldy's just been working on it for about the last month, and I see they've loaded a ton more hose on it. They've collected donations from other districts. They've got SCBA bottles that are going and packs. And he said that they are going to stuff the truck completely full, and then it's going down there. So they're making the best use of the trip and getting a whole bunch of equipment and gear down there as well. So it's pretty exciting.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
So before you sit down, to buy all that equipment and to sign those contracts for that expensive bunker gear, here's a special pin from us. Thank you so much for coming today. So I'd love to get a photo of anyone who's willing to have their photo taken out by the fire truck, so we can have that for posterity, since our club is helping pay for the fuel to drive down there. And this is a great project for our international committee. So appreciate District 15 for being here today. Are there any other announcements or comments? All right, please remember to stack the chairs at the table and help with cleanup. Thank you.